Hey guys, what's up? What's up? I'm just getting ready to do some plying. Some nitty noddy and getting stuff off my bobbins. Um, this is for my bat that I made. It's some fan sheets and alpaca, and then I also have a bobbin of alpaca. It's already implied. I got like 3 bobbins that I can free up. If I can find it in. Here it is. All right. I'm just waiting for some meter to go live. So the weather here is like nor'easter, like rain bands, some pretty strong wind gusts, um, light flickered, power flickered a couple of times. So that's you have the potential of losing electricity and down trees and stuff like that because of all the rain. So I apologize in advance for the noise. But that's just the sound that it makes. Like this would be a good hat. Like this yarn right here would be a good hat. So basically, I took some sorry silk and added it to the bat as I was making the bat. So I'm going to mute because I know that noise is probably annoying. All right, so that bobbin is this bobbin is done. And this is my bag of scraps that I use for tying off my fiber. Give me a second. I gotta cut some string, make ties. Hey Steve, what's up? What's up? Just still freeing up some more bobbins. Right. Once Anita goes live, I'll go over there. So I made a hat. I finished making a hat today, and I gave it to one of my coworkers. So yeah, so I don't have a picture of it or anything. So I was basically using that what they call it, the rice stitch. I think that's what they call it. Um, so it was like 2 rows of the rice stitch, a row of half double crochet, 2 rows of the rice stitch. That was the pattern that I did for it. And then I finished it using the crab stitch. And it was a pretty attractive hat, so I'm gonna make another one using that same patterning. I got enough yarn left from that hunter green to make one. How many bobbins have I freed so far? I have 9. That one makes 10 that are free. Then I have 2 more that I got to get it off on a Niddy Noddy that I applied. So that'll be 12 that'll be freed up. And then I think I still have maybe 4 more bobbins that need to be applied. Are you working on for the whips? Yeah, that's something else that I was thinking of doing is getting all my whips of years past, and that'll be what I after I finish this scarf commission and start on. I got a commission for a queen size, not queen, a king size blanket too. So once well, that'll be something that you work on here and there. It's not gonna be something that's gonna be just worked on all the time. That king size blanket. But I got several whips that I need to finish. So I think for the first quarter of the year, that's what I'm gonna be doing, working on whips. All right. So there we go. This has like flecks of sari silk in it. This is a natural black fin sheet with some alpaca. It was just a sample bat that I made one day when I was out in the garage and I was bored. So this is the chocolate alpaca. I think this was Victoria's fiber, one of the alpaca. She was more of a camel looking alpaca. All right, so if this thing gets noisy, I'm gonna put myself on mute. Yeah, well, I think that's what I need to do because I have 2 pair of socks, 2 baby blankets, and that turquoise blue king size blanket behind me. You can see part of it back there. Um, and what else? Well, I never started the other project. It was going to be a poncho, but my mom wanted it, and so I was being obstinate. Like, I am not making you no knit poncho. And then she passed away, and so it's basically the yarn and the pattern and everything. It's just sat there. I don't bother it, so I might never bother that. Um, it's one of those things. So this is a lot quieter than the other bobbin was. Hi, Lydia. How are you today? Afghan, 3 shawls, 2 sweaters, and then there's a granny scrap squares to use up. I watched a couple of videos of people reviewing that red heart granny square yarn, and I'm just like, ain't no way I was paid that much money for no yarn to make no granny square when I got all these scraps sitting around to make granny squares with. 100 squares to do this year. And this alpaca has to be washed because it still got dust, got a lot of dust in the fiber. That's one thing that people don't realize with alpaca fiber is alpacas like to do dirt baths, dust baths. So their fiber tends to have a lot of dust in it. So you have to soak it, wash it, soak it, wash it to get all that dust out. And depending on where you live, that dust can also stain the fiber. Like if you have red clay in your area, 1,000 squares. You got to make 1,000 squares, or you have 1,000 squares. Oh, Lydia, hope you feel better. Yes, the faster I go, it's gonna get noisy. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself real quick so I can get this done. Yeah, so this is like, I think I'll just concentrate right now on after I get these 2 bobbins freed up, I'll just concentrate on applying the rest of it because this nitty noddy, it gets to your shoulder after a while. Make you some ginger tea, Lydia. Ginger is supposed to help calm your stomach down. All right. Just another bobbin freed up. And then we have, oh, this one is 5. Yep, this one's 5. Yes, it's a real pretty brown. Very nice. That's for sure. All right. You can add ginger to that chicken noodle soup. I make ginger chicken noodle soup all the time. It's like a really nice comfort food. I think I want to get some more of this Merlot. This is not Merlot. What was it? I can't remember. Garnet tweed from Knit Picks. It was it was a joy to crochet and knit. It was really nice yarn, and it went by. The project went by fast, so it was a real nice yarn to use when I was looking for a yarn that close to what my husband's glove was, and I saw this over at Knit Picks. It was really nice, a really nice yarn, and the color is real pretty too. So I'm thinking about getting some more of it. And it's a DK weight as well, and make some make a headscarf with it. Maybe make some DK weight socks with it. It's just a pretty yarn. It was just so much fun to use. I mean, I've used knit picks before, but this is the first time I used this tweed. I get that sock yarn they release every year. Sometimes if I see a colorway I like, I'll try and get some of that. That's one of my projects is some socks from the one is called Foxglove is a colorway. So that's one of my I want to finish projects. All right, so there we go. There's another bobbin freed up. I think I can do one more for my shoulder says not no more today for this pline anyway. So this is the light got it showing up. It's a real pretty chocolate brown. Like that's more like it right there. So these can go back in the bag. So I think I can get one more off the bobbins before I give up for the day. This is so this is the other one that's plied. So I got two more bobbins that can be freed up. And then I have 5 bobbins left. Yeah, so I have 5 bobbins of yarn left to ply. So yeah. Oh, it's alpaca. It's very soft. It's very soft. And once I wash it and get all that dust out of it, it'll bloom a little more, and so it'll be a little bit even more softer. Like this is some long wool. I think it's border light. Let me see. But it's a soft, yeah. It's a border Leicester woven from the Sanctuary Homestead Wool and Gift Farm or Sanctuary Wool, and it's a very it's got some prickly to it, but it's a soft Like for me, it doesn't bother me. I could wear this next to skin, and it's a heavy lace to light fingering. Once it's washed, it might become a fingering to light fingering. But and it's a 3-ply. But I was surprised at how consistent this fiber was, and how well it spun, how well it plied. This is like, you'll have a fiber sometimes that just surprises you. This is not typical. I would think that to me, from the border licer that I've spun before, this is not typical of the breed to me. Um, it's a lot. It almost reminds me of a little bit like a rougher Cormo, in the way that it feels like, a Cormo that is a little on the rougher side. That's a little bit not on the merino side of things. Um, or some North Country Chevy. It kind of feels like that, but like for me, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't feel rough on my face or anything. Some people, they might, it might bother them, but this would be, if I wish I had, like, this is something that I wish I had a sweater's quantity of. Because I think this would make like a gorgeous sweater. There you go. It's more on the gray brown side of things. When the sheep starts going gray. I've never been disappointed with the fiber that I get from Sanctuary Wool. Um, I've always enjoyed spinning their fiber, which is why I always go back to their page, and I order to support their farm, and I'll order from them every year, a couple of times a year, and I've never been disappointed. Like this I got from, I haven't spun it yet, but this is some thin sheet humbug, and it's like not as soft as I thought it was gonna be compared to the fin sheep I have from Henry. Um, a fin sheep that I got from North Country Alpaca Farm or something like that, and I've been spinning it by the lock because it's such a nice fiber, a beautiful dark natural black fiber, and it's just so soft, so wonderfully soft. And but that is real pretty. It's not as soft as I thought it would be, but then again, it was commercially processed at a big fiber mill, instead of, like, some of the smaller fiber mills. They're more gentle, and they don't use no harsh chemicals when they're processing the fiber. So the fiber is more true to character. It hasn't the processing of it hasn't destroyed the hair structure, or the chemicals haven't destroyed the hair structure. So it ends up maintaining that softness. Um, Is Anita is Anita on live yet? Let me know when Anita goes live. We got some strong wind gusts blowing through here now. Yeah, but this is nice. I don't know. This might become fingers gloves. Maybe I'll find a color work project with this dark, and then with some light colored fiber. Practice my color working. That's the main thing. I love spinning natural colored fibers more than I do dyed fibers. That's just me. It's just something about, I don't know, the naturalness of spinning the natural fibers that haven't been processed that much. When you see all these colors that you can get from nature, the browns, the grays, the silver browns, the silver grays, the blacks, the whites, the creams, alpaca, just about every color under the rainbow, including a rose gray that has like pinkish tones to it. Very, very beautiful fibers. Excuse me. It's getting loud. Okay, so bottom three for the day freed up. think that's it for today for Niddy Noddy. My shoulder is not happy. So what I'm applying right now on the wheel is some CVM from Sanctuary Wool. It's a pretty brown gray as well, lighter than this right here it's border lesser. There we go. This is nice. There's a little bit of veg matter here, not much, but that is this. All right, I'm gonna try and get this last bobbin off. All right. This is some more of that what I call the snowy owl. All right, so Nita's alive. Okay. All right, I'm ending this live. Going over to Sunita's.